my name's Felicia and I like scary movies, and today we're talking about Satan's Little Helper from 2004. This was a movie written and directed by Jeff Lieberman, and it is about as low budget as it comes. It was requested on my channel to get a review, and so here I am today. So I watched this for the first time, actually it was probably about a week ago now, but it's basically about a 9-year-old gamer who plays this game where his character is Satan's Little Helper, aka the title. So he meets this dude on Halloween that's in a Satan costume, and he's like, wow, the game's real life. And he accidentally helps this dude commit a lot of murders because turns out this Satan guy costume dude is actually a serial killer. The other main characters in this one are the mom, the sister, and the sister's boyfriend. I'm not saying character names because I can't remember them. Now, this movie is supposed to be a horror comedy, and I can see both those things in the movie, but I didn't find it very scary, nor did I find it very funny. Overall, I thought the acting was really bad. And sometimes it worked in a funny way where it's like, right, okay, they're supposed to be really over the top, it's horror comedy, they're really going for that B, C, D movie situation. But sometimes I just felt like it was actually bad actors and not necessarily a choice of over-the-top acting, which, you know, that's the thing. My other problem with this movie is that I felt like I didn't really care about any of the characters, so when you have someone killing off a bunch of characters that you don't care about, it makes it a lot less scary than if you do care about them. And overall, this family that we're like stuck with for the whole movie, all of them are kind of weird, and they also have a really weird family dynamic that's very awkward. The mother and the daughter are really awkward in their conversations. The little boy is very annoying. I'll get into that in a second. And overall, it just felt like, okay, this guy's like killing all these people, and I was sort of more on his side in a way, which is, you know, that's also a choice, that's fine. The actor I have to call out in terms of badness, and I hate to do this because it's a kid actor, but the kid that plays the little boy, his name is Alexander Brickle, and he plays Dougie, and I will say, no offense dude, but one of the worst child acting performances I have ever seen. The only thing I really liked about him is the fact that he had braces, and I was like, oh, this is like actually just like a kid they found to put in this movie. And some of the other actors, like the guy that plays the boyfriend, what's his name, Stephen Graham, like even him, like he doesn't even have a picture on his IMDb. Like I think this might have been a one-time acting situation for him, and that's fine. But the actors I do want to mention in a positive light, I'll say. Amanda Plummer, who plays the mom. So I recognized her immediately. I was like, there was something about her face and her voice, and I was like, oh, who is that? Who is that? Why do I know her? Yes, she played Boo in A Simple Wish, which might be like an obscure movie in some way that I just happened to watch as a child a million times. It's got Mara Wilson in it when she was little, and it's just like, it's a great like fairy godmother movie, but she basically plays, I think it's like a cat that gets turned into a human. And she's very funny in that. And she's also, of course, Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction, which she's great in that. In this movie, the acting is weird and awkward, I have to say, but there is one scene she's in that I really love, and I will praise the scene. Good job. It's basically the Satan character takes the mom to a Halloween party, but first he like wraps her in saran wrap and like tapes her mouth, and so when she's at the party, he's like holding her up, and everyone at the party thinks that's her costume, and they don't really know why she's dressed like that, but they're like, oh, you look so great, and she's like, and I was like, it's very funny, and he's sort of like throwing her around the dance floor, and it's very strange, but I liked that scene. And the last thing I'll say before I get to the ratings is, this is so weird and random, but while I was watching it, because I didn't know anything about this movie before I started, it was recommended to me in a YouTube comment to review, and so I really didn't know what it was, and there was like multiple moments where I literally thought it was going to turn into porn, and I was like, I know that sounds weird, but there was like, I was watching it, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And then it would like stop and like move on to something else. But it was like very strange. I swear there was like 2 or 3 moments where something was going on and like the tension in the scene got really weird and sexual. And I was like, is this gonna be like a porn, like soft porn movie? Like I was not going to be about that. I was going to be very confused and just like, but you know, it wasn't, thank God. But it was very strange to watch because I just kept having that fear. Now let's get to some ratings, and then I will tell you a very strange fun fact. So for the ratings, I'm giving The Scare a 1. I found this movie not scary at all. it wasn't scary. The gore, I will give a 2. There's a couple of good gore moments. They look really bad, but that's also like what the movie's supposed to be, so like it's chill. There's one part where Satan's like pulling the guts out of someone, and that's really fun. But there's not like an excessive amount of gore. I know what I just said sounds like a lot, but it's not. The cheese, definitely a 5. And I would say sometimes in a good way, but most of the time in a bad way. And then overall, this movie gets a 2 from me. I'm not gonna watch it again. I do think it would have been more fun for me if I had watched it with someone. It felt like a very strange movie to watch by myself. I was just like, this is so awkward and strange and weird. But there were moments where I was like, okay, I'm kind of into this for a second. And then I was like, never mind, I don't like it. Okay, and so now the weird fun fact thing. So back in 2013, this movie made a list on Rolling Stone, and I will read it to you, the 13 terrifying horror movies you can't unsee on Rolling Stone. And I was scrolling through this and I was like, this can't be on here. This has got to be a typo. And I was like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, VHS, Evil Dead, I mean, okay, Reanimator, The Pact, American Mary, Satan's Little Helper. Like, what? I feel like whoever wrote this list just like Googled horror movies that aren't like the big ones, like the sort of obscure horror movies, and then they like found this and I was like, wait, what? But that's it, y'all. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you check out this movie, let me know down below if you've already seen it. I would love to know your thoughts. Like, did you find it funnier than I did? I would love to know. But that's it, and have a nice scream. Bye.